Boogety 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 JB, let's get back to racing. Welcome back, everybody. This is Fast and Loose with JB, Smooth, and Chase Elliott Emily. He's fast, I'm loose. We're here breaking it down, talking to you all things NASCAR, a little bit of Monster Jam for you as well. This past weekend, holiday, no racing. I mean, a little bit. You had the Craftsman Truck Series and the Xfinity Series going to The Rock. They're in Rockingham. A couple nice races there. But the Cup Series, which is the big dogs, we mostly cover here, they had the weekend off, but they're coming back to the big one, JB. We got Talladega coming up this weekend. Ooh. Still a fun episode packed for us today, guys.
Oh, yeah.
And starting us off, I think we're going to quickly look at the playoffs right now.
Playoffs?
Yeah, like where we're currently standing.
Okay.
Who's in, who's out. I got the current standings pulled up for us, JB.
Oh, you do?
I have a couple people who I think are I'm keeping an eye on as possible contenders.
Keeping an eye on?
Yeah, possible,
okay, I can see that.
Possible late playoff push drivers. But let me spin the computer around for us really
let's
fast.
check this out.
And on these lists, we have 1 through 16 as it currently sits. We'll just rip them off in fast order. William Byron, Denny Hamlin, Christopher Bell, Kyle Larson, Chase Elliott, Ryan Blaney, Tyler Reddick, Bubba Wallace, Joey Logano, Alex Bowman, Ross Chastain, Chris Buescher, Chase Briscoe, Ryan Preece, Kyle Busch, last but not least, AJ Allmendinger. Those are your top 16 in the standings as it currently sits. I currently want to highlight a couple people I have my eye on. Currently in 17th, they have one win under their belt, Josh Berry. Currently 22nd in the standings. We got Austin Cindric, and then former champion. I'm holding out hope. You know, you've had a couple good races from him, some nice performances. They haven't been able to finish them, but number 31 in the standings, Brad Keselowski. Those are a couple drivers that I'm still keeping an eye on, JB.
I like that.
So,
Josh Berry interests me a lot. I will definitely say that. He's one that definitely interests me in this Cup Series. Even though he's sitting at 17, I definitely think he could make another push to at least steal 2 more wins.
I hear you.
Which I'm thinking.
Any surprises so far, JB, on the current standings?
I want to say not really, but a person who is surprised me a lot, Christopher Bell, being at third right now, especially getting those 3 wins back to back to back. Like, I'm interested in him as well too, to kind of ease his way up to that number 1 spot. I don't know how he's going to do it, but definitely a good start right now, sitting at third.
100%.
What about you?
I've been really impressed by William Byron. He has been very consistent. He's been very fast every week, every race. He's obviously got the Daytona win under his belt, but and then I mean the Darlington race, he was fantastic as well. He had such a fast car. I'm looking at him as like a steadfast performer. Kyle Larson's up there. Denny Hamlin, who hasn't won a championship
Sneaky
yet.
Denny Hamlin.
Yeah, he did steal that race in Darlington, but yeah, I mean, I'm hoping to see Denny Hamlin continue. I like seeing I like the cluster at like the top, like 1 through 9. I'm like, all right,
are real solid. They're real solid.
Yeah, I like the list, and I wouldn't really be too upset if any of those guys won. Honestly, like I said, there's really only one driver I'm not really cheering for, and I conveniently have them.
Boy.
You know, they're 25th in the standings. They're just nowhere near.
You didn't want to mention them at all. You just
nowhere near sniffing the playoffs. And obviously, you probably know who I'm talking about, and you probably know why I'm talking about them, because I rep the real number 3.
That's factual. That is factual.
But yeah, Austin Dillon 25th in the standings. What a joke.
Just had to bring him up. Just had to.
There'll always be a little dash of it, you know.
You got Talladega coming up on Sunday. Last year, that 28 car wreck that happened. Hopefully we don't see that again this year. I don't know what happened there.
Always a big one.
But hopefully Talladega lives up to the hype. I know you had a lot of people from previous years, winners that stood out a little bit to me. Bubba Wallace, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Brad Keselowski as well too. So this is their kind of race to step up a little bit, which I'm hoping to see on Sunday.
Yeah, I'm hoping for a nice one. I definitely was itching for my fix. Like I told you last week, like usually Wednesdays they have the cars out for the paint schemes at the weekend, and I was looking them up online, like where are we racing at, like what are we driving this weekend at Dega, and I was like, damn, we got to wait a whole week to see what cool cars everybody's gonna be rocking again. I definitely was.
I did see one
Yeah,
that looks very, very sweet.
I've seen a couple. I'm not confirmed that I haven't confirmed if they're at Dega or not. But what's your little sneak peek tease?
I did see one. I forgot the racing team, but it is the Wendy's car,
Oh, okay.
and it's all white and just kind of confetti flavored all around it. It's like a swirl. It looks pretty sweet. I'll have to show you a picture of it.
Sounds pretty cool.
I have to show you a
We
picture
know
of
I
it.
like the food cars, and we got a Wendy's right up here on the desk. We got a little bit of a different styles up here today. We got a Lucas Oil stabilizer. Shout out to our girl Cynthia Gautier.
Shout out.
And then speaking of the current point standings leader, we got a victory lane winner Circle William Byron from the Exalta Flames on there. That bad boy is from a win at Martinsville he had. And, we got the diecast up here. We got our Austin Cindric, our Brad Keselowski, a little rowdy Kyle Busch, a little retired nod to Martin Truex Jr. Speaking of retired drivers, JB, we do have blind rankings of retired drivers today.
We do as well, too. I also just want to mention and shout out the NASCAR Hall of Fame. Voting is out right now, so please go and vote. Do your best. Kurt Busch is on that list. First time on that list, so hopefully he gets in.
Yeah, I was looking over the list. A few of the nominees for the 2026 Hall of Fame.
All the nominees very well represented and should be there.
Speaking of Kurt Busch, too, we'll round out the list real quick. We had the Interstate Batteries, Ty Gibbs right there in the 54. But the 97, Kurt Busch's original ride when he joined NASCAR, when he won that championship in 2004.
Yes.
Roush went back-to-back. He had the last Winston Cup champion, my guy Matt Kenseth, my favorite driver, posthumously to Dale Earnhardt, and then and then 04, the first Nextel Sprint Cup winner, Kurt Busch, back to back for Roush. So they kind of bookending those two eras of championships right there. Having the first and the last. So
okay,
Roush was a wagon. You had such an all-star team back in the day. So.
Nothing beats back in the day racing, man.
Nothing, man. But I love going back and seeing some of the old paint schemes. Speaking of which, we got a fun little thing that we're gonna
throw back.
Tease. Yeah, we're gonna do a little fast flash. Fast and loose. For us. Like I said, we'll tease that as we get into it later. But JB, we broke down the playoffs. Like I said, I'm cool with 1 through 9, like any of those guys that we mentioned, like as a potential winner. But
it's really solid. I am slightly concerned. I don't think I see Ryan Blaney on that list.
Oh, he's sitting there at 6th.
Sitting there at 6th. Okay.
Yep.
I just looked over him. All right,
no,
cool.
He's still there. He's right.
I was concerned for a little bit. I'm like, wait a minute.
He's the meat in a Chase Elliott Tyler Reddick sandwich right now. But speaking of which, do you have like a quick prediction, maybe like for who you think is gonna maybe not win the championship, but a driver you think will be there in the championship four?
The championship four?
Just someone you think is going to make it into the championship four.
For as experienced as Denny Hamlin is, I definitely think he will be there. I'm pushing for Christopher Bell to be there as well too, and Bubba Wallace to make that late four. The third one is literally up in the air.
Yeah. Let's say I'll even just picking one of them. I mean, you gave us 3. Hell yeah, man. If you want to try to round out your fours too, I was just going to say
it's tough because I like a lot of those drivers as well too.
And the playoffs going to be tough. You never know what's going to happen too. Like anybody could have a bad race at any moment. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like Ryan Blaney is going to be there in the championship four.
Really?
I think he's getting all of his bad luck out of his system now.
Okay.
I
can respect it.
Will he bring home the title? TBD. But I think Ryan Blaney is going to be there in Phoenix with a shot at the title. So
I like it. I like it.
Hell yeah. What I really love, JB, is getting into our
grandfather clocks.
I do love the grandfather clocks. I do. I was at the blind rankings, though. I look forward to doing these all the time.
I do
for
too.
Us. So we got retired drivers today. I think we each have a list of 5 for us, and I think I've been leading us off the last couple times. So I'd love to give you the honor, sir.
I will go first with this one. He's known as the King, one Mr. Richard Petty.
All right, dang.
Starting off hot on this one.
We are. we are. I'm gonna put he is the king, but I'm gonna put him at number 2 because, like I said, we know we know who my king is, and if he's on this list and I don't have him number 1, then I wouldn't know what to do with myself. But Richard Petty, number 2.
Number 2. All right, that's respectable. All right, this man has 93 wins. One Mr. Jeff Gordon.
Jeff Gordon is very, very good. Like
Also, keep in mind, I don't think anywhere you place these guys could be wrong. Like,
no,
they're
I
all
don't
great
think so either.
drivers.
I think I hear you. I'm gonna put Jeff Gordon 3 though. Yeah, like I said, I'm holding the top spot for my guy, and Jeff Gordon is one of the GOATs. I mean, not only as a driver but as an owner too. And like you're seeing him mold the next generation of drivers. With William Byron and such at Hendrick Motorsports.
Facts. This man is a 7-time champion. One Mr. Jimmy Johnson.
Okay, I'm not mad putting Jeff Gordon above Jimmy Johnson because although he has more titles as a driver, fun fact, Jeff Gordon has a lifetime contract deal with Hendrick Motorsports, so he's a part owner.
Lifetime contract.
While he doesn't have the driving champion part of some of Jimmy Johnson's championships, he does have the owner championship from some of those wins. So
respect.
Yeah, so Jeff Gordon, something I learned about him somewhat recently, like a few months back, as I was just kind of really getting back into the groove of NASCAR again. And I'll put Jimmy Johnson number 4. Yeah.
Number 4. All right, next up, a 3-time Cup Series champion, one Mr. Tony Stewart.
Oh, okay, yeah. Smoke can go number 5. Yeah, and run me over if that bothers you.
It's gonna offend some people. I hope you know that.
That was a bit of a joke. My dad, he's been talking to me about Tony Stewart for the last few weeks because he's been into drag racing a lot, and he just won a championship. I don't know the series. It may be the NHRA. I might be wrong, but he was out in Vegas, and Tony Stewart's one of he might be the first or one of only a few, but he's one at Vegas in every discipline of racing that they have out there. It's pretty sweet. And Tony Stewart, very talented driver. I remember him in the 20. I remember him, the the go-karts. I remember him.
Yeah.
I remember in the 14, Stewart Haas Racing, RIP. So.
And finally, you saved this one for number 1 because I had to do it. One Mr. Dale Earnhardt.
I didn't know if you'd have him on the list.
I had to.
But just in case, he's always number 1 in every list. He drives number 3. His first car was number 2. And he is
number 1 in
number
your heart.
1. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I love Dale Earnhardt. I ordered a hat. Just nice little black number 3. So I can't wait to be rocking that on the show and stuff like that, and just out and about every day. So, but yeah, Dale is the man. Raise hell, praise Dale. And I don't know how anyone else could not love that man, unless you're a fan of losers like Austin Dillon.
Brought it right back to Austin Dillon, everybody. Right back to
Jamie. And again, I've talked about it. We'll briefly touch on this. I have no problem with him driving it in the Xfinity Series. No problem with driving the car in the Truck Series. The number 3, he's won championships in both of those series. It does not belong in the Cup Series. He does not belong in the Cup Series. He's not a Cup Series driver. But we're not here to talk about that. We're here to get into your retired drivers list, JB.
Let's do it.
I gotta see where you're gonna rank these bad boys.
Oh boy.
As always, you come with a little bit more info and stats to with these guys. I just have a list of them, which
that's fine.
Maybe I gotta step it up and get on your level, JB. But rocking and rolling. I thought I'd start off with a hard choice for you.
Oh boy.
Former driver of the Viagra car, Mark Martin. Hard choice, JB. Where are you putting Mark Martin? Also drove the Valvoline in the Pfizer car, but yeah, he had that Viagra, baby.
This is a hard choice, pun intended. I don't want to go too high or too low on this one. I think I'm gonna slide him at number 4. It's a hard 4.
Okay, a hard 4. All right.
Oh boy.
All right. Next up on the list, took over for GM Goodwrench, the driver who, like I said, they passed the torch to at RCR, after the passing of Dale Earnhardt. We have Kevin Harvick, one-time champion.
Oh, dude, I really like him. Damn it.
Drove the number 29 for RCR. Then drove the number 4 for Stuart Haas Racing, where he actually eventually won a championship. Should have won a second.
I don't know who else you have on this list, so I don't want to give them that disrespect. Give me them at number 3.
Number 3.
Number 3. So 4 and 3 are gone for me. 4 and 3 are gone.
I got you. 4 and 3. All right, JB.
All right.
Next up, rocking and rolling. We have former driver of the number 2 Miller Lite, Rusty Wallace. What a NASCAR name!
That
too.
is a hell of a
What
NASCAR
a
name.
NASCAR name, Rusty.
I don't know what else you would be doing if your name if it's Rusty Wallace. Like, what else? You have to be like a mechanic or just driving NASCAR somehow, some way. Rusty Wallace, shout out because I'll go number 2. I'll save the 1 and 5 spot. I don't know who's left on this list.
All right, number 2 for Rusty Wallace. I got you, JB. All right. Well, the penultimate driver on our list, Dale Earnhardt Jr.
Junior.
I went with the son. I went with the son.
You went with Junior. I gotta admit, I really liked him back in the early 2000s as well too. Just kind of taking the name mantle over after his father passing. So I don't know who's the last driver, but I gotta put Dale at number 1.
Hell yeah,
I gotta put him at number 1.
Hell yeah,
Earnhardt said number 1, man.
Well, you put the son at number 1, which means all you have left is number 5. And that's where you're putting. That's where you're putting the pops. Is it his pops though? No, it's father of current driver Chase Elliott, Awesome Bill from Dawsonville.
Okay,
that was the last driver on the list, Bill Elliott. Okay. So I say
that's fair.
Yeah. I rounding out your list as a pretty solid. I say we had Dale Earnhardt, Richard Petty, Jeff Gordon, Jimmy Johnson, Tony Stewart for myself, and then you're very respectable as well. You got Dale Jr., Rusty Wallace, Kevin Harvick, Mark Martin, and Bill Elliott. You know, I say can't hate it. I mean, Bill Elliott, obviously a very accomplished driver, but I mean, Dale Jr. is so popular.
It's just a solid pick, man.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you have the utmost respect for both him and his father. So
yeah, so he's a great owner too. Like I said, JR Motorsports always doing well. Love seeing him excel in the Xfinity Series and like helping mold and shape some of the new young drivers. Sammy Smith ended up winning at Rockingham because those guys at RCR couldn't pass inspection.
very true.
So yeah, Jesse Love actually came across the finish line first, but post race inspection, RCR's team couldn't put it together, and we've talked about how good RCR is in the past. So actually, I like the team, but it's just when you disrespect the legends, that's what happens.
No, you brought up Chase Elliott. I've actually got some questions for you before we get into our second game.
Yeah, of course.
A little bit of, NASCAR future, what we think of these races. And when does Chase Elliott score his next victory? It's a question I wanted to ask you.
I want to say this weekend at Talladega. I'm not 100% though. And what I'd really love Chase Elliott to win is one of the Crown Jewel races. So I'm going to say, looking ahead at the calendar, in about a month from now, May 25th, Memorial Weekend, I think he's going to win the Coca-Cola 600 at Charlotte.
Ooh.
I'm going to call it there.
Okay. I actually went with us here in Michigan.
MIS, okay, cool.
Yeah, I went with the MIS here in Michigan.
I wouldn't be mad if he won at Dega. I wouldn't be mad if he won at any other race in between either. Like he won at Texas a couple of years ago. They're going to be there in 2 weeks. But I would love for him to get a crown jewel because and those are the Daytona 500. You've got the Coca-Cola 600, the Brickyard 400, and the Southern 500 down at Darlington. And yeah, they're called the crown jewels. They mean a little bit more, and that son of a bitch Austin Dillon's won 2 of them.
The hatred for Austin Dillon, man. The hatred. All right, next question I have for you: which driver out of the current Big Four is emerging as a champion. And those Big Four, once again, Will Byram, Denny Hamlin, Christopher Bell, Kyle Larson.
See, Kyle Larson has a championship, so he's like been there, done that, and it's kind of like, all right, you know, he's got what it takes. Denny Hamlin's come so close. I'd love to see him do it. I also like William Byron. Like, he's like I'm like, you're kind of getting feels of like old Jeff Gordon, the way he's just performing really well. If he could get rattle off a couple more wins and really like kind of dominate this regular season, man. But I'm gonna go with Denny Hamlin. I'd love to see him.
Oh, Denny, all right.
Yeah, he's been driving for a long time. I'd love to see him get a title. I think Kyle Larson's got plenty of years left under his belt. Same with Christopher Bell and Willie B. So I don't know how many more years Denny will have behind the wheel. Not that he like can't do it, but you know, like
when is he gonna hang it up? And you kind of see him setting up himself for the future.
Yeah, and the sport seems to be trending younger and younger and stuff. And so I would love to see him get one, and then have a chance to maybe win 2 or 3, but at least get that first one out the way. How about you?
I went with Christopher Bell on this one. It's a sneaky underdog pick for me, I think, but all of these guys rank top 4 in passing, defense, pit crews, everything like that. But I just see something in Christopher Bell that I don't know. Something's just showing me there's an edge there for me. So give me Christopher Bell on that one.
I like Christopher Bell, especially driving the DeWalt car. I say that just give me throwbacks to Matt Kenseth. So. And
my final question for you: who will be the next surprise winner at one of the upcoming tracks? Someone who has not won this season yet.
Okay, someone who just hasn't won this season yet. I got you. Let me see. That's a really good question. Do you have someone off the top of your head you were thinking about?
You're not gonna like it. I have 2, but one of them you're not gonna like. I know for sure. It's one Mr. Bubba Wallace.
Okay.
And Austin. I'm hopeful on the Austin Dillon one. Let me make that clear. Just because my man has not won since 2017.
He did win last year at Richmond.
Oh, he did.
Yeah, but a bit of Mickey Mouse. He's such bullshit, bro. All of his wins are such horseshit. All 5 of them. He's such a. I'm gonna go with Tyler Reddick.
Tyler, okay.
Yeah. I think Tyler Reddick. I don't know if you want to call it like a surprise, but I think he's one of those drivers who's been consistently near the top. I think the 2311 team has been performing really well. I think Tyler Reddick, because one of the races he should have won, I think, was Dega a couple of years ago when he was still with RCR. I might be mixing that up with a different track, but he just kind of blocked for Austin Dillon instead of beating his bitch ass and going for the win. He's a good teammate. Go Tyler Reddick. I'm rooting for you. That'll be the guy I'm going to pick as like the next surprise winner. So,
okay. See, and look, I was hopeful for Austin Dillon just because I'm like, this man has to get a win somehow, some way. One of these days, it has to. And then Chase is going to come in here and be so upset.
It'll be an electric episode for sure. Like just coming in and getting to talk about that. So.
He doesn't even want to bring it up. He doesn't want to pull it into existence that it'll happen.
No, not at all. Like I said, I love seeing him just be bad and be awful and like just God. Drive that car in the Truck Series. Drive in the Xfinity. Get a different number in the Cup Series. No one deserves to drive it. You definitely don't deserve to drive it. You don't even deserve to be driving a Cup Series car. Real quick before we sign off, JB, we are wrapping up towards the end of the episode. Do you have a quick little Talladega winner prediction? You have someone you think is going to be coming across the finish line first?
Shot in the dark with this one. We do not have his hauler up here as it is right now, but Ryan Blaney.
Okay, Ryan Blaney. Yeah, we forgot the hauler today, but we went all Lightning McQueen style, like in reverse. We got the cars, but not the semi-truck. And I like Ryan Blaney. I think I was actually feeling one of your guys, JB. I think Bubba Wallace this weekend.
Oh, wow.
I like Bubba this weekend.
Bubba's been cutting it close, man. Yeah. He's always in that top 3 pack, but can never seem to like just finish number 1.
Hell yeah. I think he's got a good shot to win it this weekend. I mean, he's always performed well at Talladega, and he's been playing well all year. So shout out Bubba Wallace, and shout out to Shout out Chase Elliott. Shout out our guys, Ryan Blaney. I say everyone else we're rooting for. But this has been another episode of Fast and Loose with
Fast
JB
and
Smooth
Loose.
and Chase Elliott. He's fast, I'm loose, and we will see you guys next time.
Peace.